Hello students, welcome back. Today I am Anuradha from DPS Haldwani Lamachor going to start another topic of the same chapter, that was the biomolecules. So students, in this chapter already we have covered about the carbohydrates, right? Why we are talking about these biomolecules? As we have done the experiment in which we have taken out the retentate as well as the filtrate, right? If you will recall the previous one, that what we have done, we have taken the different methods like which in which we have taken out the extract from any of the living tissues, and then gone for the filtration of that crushed material. So what we found here, we found that some macromolecules and some micromolecules we have taken out, those which cannot pass out through this muslin cloth or the whatever the filter which we have used here. These are what? These are the macromolecules, right? And those who are soluble, which are soluble in this acid, these will become what? These will become the soluble, okay, acid soluble, and these are non-soluble. So on the basis of this characteristics, we said that these are what? These are the retentate which we cannot filtrate, retentate, and this one it is known as the filtrate. Okay, that thing which we have covered. So the filtrate are that one which are soluble in this acid one, and the retentate which are having the larger size, they are known as the biomacromolecules. So here we have started talking about the biomicromolecules which are soluble. Okay, why they are soluble? Because their size are small as compared to the retentate. Okay, so here what we are talking about, we are talking about the biomicromolecules, and in this context we have covered the first one, that was the carbohydrate. Because it in carbohydrate, if I will talk about the glucose, okay, so we have done different types of sugars, right? Now today we will talk about the second one, that was the amino acids. Amino acids are what? These are the small chains. Okay, when we are talking about the small size, it means that they are the monomer unit. When I will combine these amino acids, what it will form? It will form the protein. Okay, because the amino acids are the simpler form of protein. When we will combine all these amino acids, what we will get here? We will get the protein, right? So now if I will talk about general these amino acids, these are the organic compound. As we are talking about in the living organisms, they are the organic molecules. Then anytime when we are talking about the amino acids, what are they? These are the substituted methane. What are they? They are the substituted methane. Now question rises, what is methane? If I will show you the structure of methane, it's generally what? CH4. It means that this carbon is surrounded by 4 hydrogen molecules. Okay, so this is what? This is the simpler methane here. Now if I will talk about this amino acids, what happens in this amino acid? There will be some substitution of these hydrogens. What is happening here? There will be substitution of these hydrogen, and the substitution takes place with the help of some another molecules. Okay, so what can be? It can be amino group or it can be the carboxylic group. Okay, so what is this amino group? Amino group is when NH2. Okay, when we are combining NH2, it means that amino group. And what is acidic group? COOH. Okay, so when the methane gets substituted by amino group or the acidic group on the same carbon, the condition will be what? The condition is that these two the group will substitute it at the same carbon, that is this carbon. And this carbon, it is known as what? Alpha carbon. What it is? Alpha carbon. Alpha carbon is nothing in which these acidic group or the basic group, this amino group as well as the acidic group substituted in the same carbon atom, it is known as the alpha carbon. Okay, now we know that COOH is what? It is acidic, it is acid, so it will act as an acidic nature. NH2 is what? It is basic. It will act as a basic in nature, right? So we have substituted both acidic as well as the basic group on the same carbon here, right? Now, same thing I've written here. These are the substituted methane, just like a methane structure. Okay. Now, if you will see here the simpler or the general diagram of this amino acids. What are these? We have substituted with this NH2 group. Then here we have substituted with the COOH group, right? And now you can see this R group. This R group will be the variable. Okay. What does it mean? That we can change this R group for different types of amino acids. Okay. Here I am talking about the general amino acid in which it is having NH2 group, COOH group, then this H group. Okay. It will be fixed. Okay. Whenever I will draw any of the amino acid, the upper part will remain same. What will happen? This R will get changed every time to change a amino acids. Right here. So R is an any of the variable or any changing group we can add it. Right. Now on the basis of this, what happens that we are having different types of amino acids. Okay, one by one we will understand about these amino acids. Before that, what happens here, you can see that I have drawn different structure of these amino acids like glycine, alanine, serine, glutamic. These are very important. Okay, these amino acids are very important because their structure has been given in your NCERT. So it is required that you have to understand all these group here. So now here what we are understanding, that these nature gets changed every time when we will add any of the carboxyl group or any of the this amine group, okay, or the amino group. Now what is happening here, on the basis of these COH and H2 we have divided into different categories. Like the first one, it is acidic amino acids. Acidic means that what? It means that it will act as a acidic one. It will more acidic. When it will be acidic? When there will be more COH group. Okay, it's very general thing that more the acidic group, more the amino acids will be acidic in nature. Less the carboxyl group or less this acidic group, less will be the nature of the amino acid will be of acidic. Okay, so what is happening here? Acidic amino acids are those amino acids in which there is one amino group. Okay, amino group will be one and there will be two carboxyl group. It means that amino group is one, okay, which will behave as a basic in nature, and this carboxyl group will be two, which will act as a acidic in nature. So for neutralizing one basic nature, we are having one carboxyl group. Okay, if you will see the general diagram of amino acids, okay, this structure you can see here, this is of what? This is of neutral amino acids. Why neutral amino acid? In neutral amino acids, one amino group and one COH group is present in this carbon. But if I will talk about the acidic amino acid, what will happen? The amino group will remain one, but there will be more COH group. To neutralize this effect, what is required? There should be equal. So this nature is showing what? This nature is showing it is a neutral because both are having the same number, right? But if there will be more number of carboxyl group, example is glutamic acid. Okay, glutamic acid, you can see here this diagram, right? So what you can see, NH2 is there, COOH group is there, right? But along with this, you can see that one more COOH group is present. Okay, so what is happening? It is providing more acidic nature to this amino acid. So glutamic acid is what? It is type of acidic amino acid because it is having two carboxyl group on the same molecule, right? Now comes to the basic amino acids. Basic means what? As I have said that if the basic nature will be more, okay, now in the first condition what you are observing, that the acidic nature is having more, but in this basic amino acid we are having the two amino group. It means that it is showing more basic nature as compared to the acidic nature, and there is only one carboxyl group, right? Example is arginine, lysine and histidine. So what you have to do now, you have to memorize all these example, that if I will ask that write the example of acidic amino acids, you must know that what are the examples here, what are the examples of basic amino acids, these are the example, and this one is very very important, arginine, lysine and histidine, right here. Now comes to the third one, that is a neutral amino acid. And the diagram which I have shown here, this one, you can see these are what? These are the neutral amino acid, in which there will be more same number of basic group as well as the acidic group. Here you can see same number. Okay. Here also you can see same number, NH2, COH. Here also you can see same number. So what you are observing here, when there will be same number of the acidic nature or the basic nature, it will become the neutral amino acid. And these are again very very important, because most of the amino acids comes under what? Under the neutral amino acids, right here. So what we can say, that examples are what? Glycine, alanine and serine. Okay, these are the important one. Why? Because it is given in your NCERT. Now along with this, some more examples of this neutral amino acid like methionine, isoleucine, serine, cysteine. So these are what? These are the neutral amino acid. Here I want to add something more, that have you heard about the essential amino acid and non-essential amino acids? Okay, because we know that these are important things for our body. Why? Because it is forming protein, and protein is a building block of our body. So essential amino acids are those amino acids which is important for our body. Okay, and non-essential is not that much, but we cannot categorize on this basis that it is essential and it is non-essential. How we are categorizing these two amino acids, that what our body can prepare by itself, or what we have to substitute it in our diet. Okay, so it is required that we have, sometimes our body will not be able to form amino acid by itself. Okay, in that condition we have to take these amino acid in our diet, right? And in most of the condition, what happens that we are taking amino acids from our diet, and in some of the condition it is already preparing by our body itself, right? So on this basis we can say we are having essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, and we are having 20 important, or we can say 20 essential amino acids, right? How many? 20. Now comes to that the fourth category, that is the aromatic amino acids. Now aromatic means that there will be some aromatic group or the aromatic ring attached to their side chain. So we can say that they are having the aromatic ring in their side chain. Examples are what? Phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan. Now these are again very important. Okay, and one of the structure of this aromatic amino acid is what? Tyrosine. You can see here, this is the structure of tyrosine, in which you can see that this ring, this aromatic ring is present. Okay, so this aromatic ring, whenever you can see, it is a part of aromatic amino acid, and this one is what? Tyrosine. Again, this tyrosine is very important. What? Because it is the precursor for different activities in our body. Okay, for different activities, these are the precursors to make any of the hormone, or we can say different glands, they are activating it, right? So these are what? Aromatic amino acids. Then comes to the alcoholic amino acids. Alcoholic means that when we are adding the alcohol group, because we know that we are adding the carboxylic group, amino group, along with this, when we are adding the alcoholic group in our amino acid, these are known as the alcoholic amino acid. An example is serine. What you can see here? Serine, in which you can see that CH2OH group is present. Okay, CH2 is what? It is an alcoholic group. When we are adding OH group, it means that it is a alcohol, right? Then comes to the sulfur containing. It means that in which sulfur is present. Okay, it's very simple. That one is a cysteine. The structure is given here. See, in all the amino acids, you can see the same structure is present, NH2, HCOH. What is happening? There will be change in only this R group. Okay, and this R group will be the CH2SH, and the structure is cysteine. So what you are getting here, you have to understand what are the different types of amino acids and what are these amino acids. Right here. Now I will discuss some more important points with you all, that how are these amino acid behaving, because we are saying that these are the neutral example, neutral amino acid in which acidic and basic group. Okay, but amino acid always act as a acidic also, basic also. Why it is happening so? Okay, so one of the example, that if I will keep this amino acids, what type of amino acid? Neutral amino acid. I am not talking about any of the acidic amino acid and basic amino acid, because the number getting always changed. Okay, so what I am talking about, this neutral amino acids. Okay, so if in the simple diagram, if I will keep this NH2 and CHCOOH, and this one is simpler one, that one is the H, and H1 is the glycine. Okay, if I will keep this amino acids in this medium, the medium is what? The medium is neutral. In the neutral medium, it will act as a both. Okay, but when I will change the medium, when I will keep it into the acidic medium, what will happen? We know that what is acid, which we are giving their proton, and what is basic, which are accepting the proton. Right? So this is the definition of acidic and basic. Now what will happen when I will change the medium to the acidic one? Okay, now the nature will be acidic one. What will happen? This COOH, which is the acid, it will tend to remove its hydrogen ion. What it will do? It will remove, but the medium is acidic, so there are so many hydrogen are present in this atmosphere. Okay, already there are so many protons or hydrogens are present in this medium, and the tendency of COH group is to remove this hydrogen. But when we are keeping this neutral amino acid into the acidic medium, this bond will not be able to break. What will happen? These hydrogen, all these hydrogen which is present in the acidic medium, it will try to add with this basic group, and what it will do? It will act as a basicity. Okay, what it will form? It will form NH3 by accepting these proton from the acidic medium. In this condition, what you will say? The medium is acidic, but the amino acid will not act as a acidic, it will act as a basic. Why? Because it is accepting the proton. So it's just happening reverse. In acidic medium, the neutral amino acid will act as a basic. Okay, same condition, if I will say that the medium is what? Basic. If the medium will be basic, it means that there will be so many OH group is present. Okay, so many OH group is present. Again, if I will provide this amino acids NH2, CH, COOH, and this H. Okay, so what will happen here? That it should be basic, this amino acid, but so many OH group, it will add with this COH group. Okay, and it will form the water molecule. So now this NH2 will not be able to accept this hydrogen, which is breaking down from this acidic group. Why? Because as it will break its bond, it will add with this OH group and it will form the water. So what is happening? That in basic medium, this amino acid will not act as a basic, it will act as a acidic. Why? Because it is giving out its hydrogen from the COH group and forming the water. So when you can see this type of condition in which they will not behave as acidic as well as basic. Okay, so what you will say? It is a amphoteric. Ampho means amphoteric. Ampho means both. Okay, so it will can act as acidic as well as basic, and the molecules which they will form here, it will the zwitterion. Zwitterion what? In which there will be both acidic as well as basic nature on the same carbon, and that carbon in which what happens? The different types of molecules or different types of groups are present, it is known as the chiral carbon. Okay, so we can say that the amino acid can act as a Zwitter ion, and they are amphoteric in nature because they can change its nature according to the medium, and they in a neutral medium. If I will talk about the neutral medium, because if it is a neutral medium, so what is happening in the basic condition, what it does, it always try to move its hydrogen molecules, because COOH group is what? It is acidic group. So always and always acidic group will try to remove its hydrogen ion, and it will try to move towards the basic group. So what it will form? It will form COO negative here. Okay, and here it will form NH3 positive by accepting this hydrogen from here. So this condition in the neutral medium, in which it will act as a acidic as well as basic on the same molecule, it is known as the what? Zwitter ion. Right here. So here we have completed about the amino acids. Right. So in the next one, we will understand different biomicromolecules or the macromolecules. Right. So that's all for today. Thank you.